Welcome, everyone. Honestly, out of nowhere, Donald Trump appeared and held a massive press conference, inviting all media outlets and officially announced the resignation of Elon Musk from his position. This news hit journalists like a thunderbolt. Why? Well, keep in mind that Musk is no ordinary man. He's the most important figure in Donald Trump's presidential team. Elon Musk spent $300 million on Trump's campaign, so obviously he didn't pour all that money in just to stay 130 days and leave. Journalists started asking questions, digging behind the scenes. Who actually made the decision? Was it Musk who wanted to leave, or was it Trump who kicked him out? That's a key question. But some other journalists and newspapers started asking very strange questions. The New York Times asked, was Musk high during Trump's press conference? If you paid attention, you'd notice Elon Musk was making weird facial and head movements, as you'll see exactly in the footage. Well, it's a very sad case. It's a case we win. We can't lose that case. We have the right to make grants. We're not going to make any grants like that. I think. Barred. Another journalist asked the most dangerous question. Hold on, aren't Musk's eyes blue? Why were they black? Do his eyes change color from day to night? What's going on? Then some people, especially conspiracy theorists, started saying, this guy is the Antichrist. His eyes change. And all that nonsense. The truth is, that press conference left the media with more questions than answers. And in a press conference, you're supposed to get answers, right? Instead, journalists came out still repeating the same questions. And once you know the real story, you'll be shocked. Now, let's move to something even stranger. Big businessmen and corporate owners in America started receiving weird calls from the White House's top staffer, Susie Wiles. She was making very strange requests, to the point that CEOs began calling each other like, yo, what is this woman even asking for? And it didn't stop there. Some members of Congress, both the House and the Senate, made the same complaint. They said, why is Susie Wiles calling us, and what are these demands? Eventually, this issue reached Donald Trump himself. You're not going to want to miss this story. It's powerful, and you need to hear it. Let's get right into it. What we've got today is probably totally new for you, and it's about Elon Musk's departure, or what I call a crack in the White House. Why a crack? Because, remember, Elon Musk is Trump's biggest supporter and a core part of his presidential team. Trump constantly praised him, even walked around with Musk's son. Trump bought a Tesla car from Musk and proudly bragged about it. So how does a guy with such a great public relationship with Trump leave after just 130 days? The answer has two sides, one on Trump's side and one on Musk's. Let's start with Trump. According to a newspaper called Politico, and based on 3 White House sources, Trump told his aides that Musk's days in the White House were numbered. Trump wasn't that impressed with what Musk was doing, not like he thought he would be. So clearly, Trump wasn't that impressed, not hatred or offense, just not amazed by Musk's performance. Even though, for the record, Elon Musk saved the government a huge amount of money. According to the White House press secretary, Musk laid off 22,000 federal employees. This move aligned perfectly with Trump's idea of creating a government efficiency institute, and Trump praised this cost-cutting a lot. So that's Trump's side. He simply wasn't impressed anymore. But now, let's flip the coin. The real story is with Elon Musk. You see, Musk wanted to leave. Ignore what the media is saying. The more likely truth is that Elon Musk himself chose to walk away. Why? Well, since he entered the White House, Tesla's stock dropped 50%. Sales in Europe also dropped 50%. Musk was losing $1 million for every minute spent inside the White House. He lost $1.3 billion during his time there, and that's not made up. That's what news agencies reported. Why all this loss? First, firing that many employees made a lot of people angry. 222,000 in such a short time. Tesla showrooms in the US started getting attacked, even set on fire in some cases. Public sentiment turned against Tesla, and people stopped buying their cars. The prices of Tesla vehicles dropped too. Second, people started blaming Trump's policies on Musk. Whether it was Palestine, tariffs, or anything else, it all got pinned on Musk as Trump's biggest supporter. So Musk suffered massive financial losses. He realized, if I stick around for the next 3 to 4 years of Trump's term, I'll go bankrupt. So he made the smart move and walked away. Third, legally speaking, Musk was in the White House as a special government employee, a title that limits your term to 130 days. If you stay longer, you face legal responsibilities and could be prosecuted. So Musk said, better to escape while I can. Especially since many members of Congress were threatening to sue him and drag him into hearings. The fourth, and maybe most important reason, internal conflict. Just like Trump wasn't impressed by Musk, Musk was furious with Trump. Why? Musk felt like he was cutting government spending and doing all the hard work, while Trump was handing out tax exemptions he had previously opposed in 2017. Musk saves money. Trump gives it away again. And the savings Musk made, they weren't reinvested in the economy. They were sent directly to the Department of Defense. And then came the big beautiful bill, a law introduced by Trump that imposed more taxes on passive income, targeting foreign companies and businessmen, like the Chinese and Europeans. So what's the result? Trump increased government spending and debt by $4 trillion. And that's the exact opposite of what Musk wanted. China, keep in mind, a big part of the industries Musk relies on come from China. That's why in the US, some people even call him China's man. So Musk had huge problems after Trump launched a trade war with China. Unfortunately for Musk, everything the Trump administration did went against his interests, especially regarding China. He reportedly lost around $130 billion of his personal wealth due to Tesla's stock crashing ever since he became an advisor and cabinet member under Trump. From the moment he entered politics, he became surprisingly unpopular. That's why Musk strongly opposed several of Trump's policies and laws. He basically said, I better leave now and save my money. This guy's gonna hurt me more than help me. Let me focus on my own business. And indeed, since he left the government, Tesla and SpaceX stocks have started rising again in a big way. One final point before we wrap this up. Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, had a rocket called Starship. It exploded 3 times in a row. That's a huge loss for Musk, and another reason why he stepped back. Now let's get to the 2 burning questions. Why were Elon Musk's eyes black? And was he high during Trump's press conference? The answer comes from something totally unrelated. A comment Trump made about Emmanuel Macron. Yep, bear with me. Macron was getting off a plane in Vietnam when suddenly the airplane door opened and his wife Brigitte Macron slapped him across the face, right there on the runway. It was caught on camera. When Trump was asked about it, he joked, "Make sure the door remains closed." That was not good. I spoke to him and he's fine. I know him very well. He was mocking Macron, as Trump tends to do with people he doesn't like. On the other hand, when Musk was asked by reporters, especially from the New York Times, "Why do your eyes look strange? There's bruising around the eyelids, and they seem black instead of blue." Musk gave a very strange answer. First, he attacked the NYT, calling it a liar and fake news. Then he said, "I was playing with my son X, and he punched me in the eye." Yep, X, his son, that's his nickname, allegedly hit him while playing, causing the swelling and discoloration. He said, "The kid's punch landed hard." But honestly, that answer didn't convince many people, including me. because Musk's other eye was black too, so it couldn't just be the result of one punch. Still, the media settled on this version and ran with it. Elon Musk's son punched him and caused his eye injury. Another journalist asked Trump, "Do you know Musk is using, doing drugs?" Trump responded in shock. "What? He's using drugs during the campaign?" Nick T claimed that Musk was using a substance called ketamine, allegedly taking up to 20 tablets a day. They described him as mentally unstable and deeply addicted, especially after all the chaos in the White House. Apparently, he was already a drug user, and the pressure made things worse. Now, finally, a quick profile. Elon Musk is 53 years old, born in Pretoria, South Africa. He's known as half genius, half boy, a weird mix of brilliance and immaturity. He moved from South Africa to Canada, then to the US, where he founded PayPal. After selling it, he made a fortune and later launched SpaceX. His wealth is now estimated at over $350 billion. Now, on to another strange story. Businessmen across the US started receiving weird calls, supposedly from Susie Wiles, Trump's chief of staff. She's a tough, powerful figure who Trump relies on heavily. Why? Because Trump is extremely picky about who gets that position. A former chief of staff once told reporters, "I heard Trump say once, 'I don't want generals loyal to America. I want generals loyal to me.'" So Trump doesn't trust people easily. That's why he gave Susie Wiles so much power. Suddenly, Susie started calling business leaders and members of Congress, making strange requests. But when people looked into it, they discovered the real reason. A hacker had gained access to Susie's phone, her personal one, not her work phone. He got her entire contact list and started impersonating her, calling people and asking for weird things or even money. Eventually, they figured it out. Susie said, "Yes, my phone was hacked, but it was my personal one." When Trump was asked, he said, "There's only one Susie Wiles. Anyone pretending to be her is fake. She's the real deal." And he kept supporting her strongly. Why does this matter? Because this happened at a very bad time for Trump. His administration hadn't even hit 200 days, and scandal after scandal was coming out. Leaks from within the White House, an editor-in-chief being added to a national security meeting, a secretary of defense using drugs and bringing his wife to military briefings, his brother being appointed as a lawyer at the Pentagon, a secretary of state holding 4 unrelated jobs at once. Trump's presidential team is pure chaos. This Susie Wiles hacking incident came at the worst possible time, and it says a lot about the security failure within the administration. Hopefully, I've explained the story in a clear and simple way. May God support Egypt, may He support the Arab world, and may He support Palestine. Long live Egypt. Peace. Before you go, if you enjoyed this deep dive and want more explosive stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel, Global News. We bring you the truth behind global events, clearly, boldly, and without filters. Your support means the world as we grow. Hit that subscribe button, share the video, and be part of the world news revolution.